Welcome back to another exciting, head-scratching episode of my personal YouTube channel, Insane Disappearances. And I don't mean Crazy Eddie insane, I mean insane disappearances insane, like me, for instance. But in a good way, because I'm telling you guys all the good stuff. Okay, today I want to do a very special video that I haven't touched on in a while since I first did it, and that's the mysterious case of Madison Scott of British Columbia. Now, you've seen my video about Madison Scott before, and that was one of the main cases that really got me on my journey with my channel. And it just hurt me to my heart the way everything went down and how she was treated that night. I'm not saying it was done on purpose, but we're talking about a bunch of high active teenagers that was getting drunk at a bonfire birthday party at Hogsback Lake in British Columbia. And then also they talked about how there was like 40-year-old people at that party. But it was a small, well, I won't say it was a small town, but everybody in that town knew each other. From Neruda to the Tudor, everybody knew her from Neruda to the Tudor. She was into everything. I'm talking all kinds of the sports, ATVs, the jet skis, hockey, polo, horseback riding, and she likes to work on her truck. So we're talking about a girl that goes from wearing a dress to wearing coveralls when she's underneath the hood trying to fix it. Very resourceful, she got an older brother and a father, so I guess she learned all that stuff from them, which is cool, But anyway, I want to go ahead and get started on this. And basically, it's like a recap because there hasn't really been too much information on her ever since she vanished about 8 years ago. But once again, Madison Scott has been missing for at least a total amount of 2,989 days. That's 8 years, 2 months, and 6 days. Now, this is all coming from Hogsback Lake near Vanderhoof, British Columbia. This is in Canada, So, of course, I know you know that. But yeah, so she's been missing since May 28th of 2011. So it's really, got her family in a uproar on trying to, find her and everything. And I really hope they do one day, because they thought at first that, it was about that she was one of the victims of the Highway of Tears cases. All these Native American women, they turned up missing on the road, and, they find their bodies dead, in a ditch somewhere. But it wasn't just the, Native American women. It was teenagers. Like a young girl was found dead in the back of a building once, and she was like, what, I think 12 or 15, so that was crazy. But anyway, now to recap, Madison Scott was going to a bonfire birthday party at Hogsback Lake. This was on a Friday night. Now, her best friend from another town, who was in college, I think, was coming into town, and she wanted to hang out with her, but she said she'd already made plans to go to her birthday party, so that kind of messed up her plans. So she planned to go to the party, and she was going to go with her best friend, Joy De La Forge. And so before the night when she was going to go to the bonfire birthday party, she realized she had the wrong size pegs. So she goes to this little hardware store to pick up the pegs for her tent and everything, and she gets it. She comes back to the house to get what she needed. No. She realized she had the wrong size pegs, and as she was leaving, she was gonna go to that, I guess the hardware store, pick up some pegs for, her tent. But as she was walking out the door, her mother, Dawn Scott, said, "Have fun and I love you." The last time she saw her. Okay, so now we at the party. Everybody showed up, from high school and some grown-up people. They talking about it was like a total amount of like almost 50 people, and half of them like 40-something years old. But like I said earlier, everybody in that town knew each other, and they definitely knew her. She was just into everything. She was in a theater, like a, what do you call those classes? Theater arts or something like that. She was in that. She was, she was directing her own little like movies and stuff like that. Like there was one that she did where she was laying on her bed, and she was talking to a friend of hers on the phone, saying that she thinks she's being watched, so she feels scared and all this stuff. You know, and it was just ironic how she just vanished after she posted that, after she made that video. I mean, that's what people on the documentary about her disappearance was saying. Now, if you want to see the video, it's called The Vanishing of Madison Scott. It's on YouTube. You know, once you type that in, you'll see a huge wooden, like, it looked like a tool shed almost, or like one of those little outhouses, you know, that's made of pure wood, you know, wooden planks. You know, you'll see that on the front thumbnail, and that'll be the video to watch. Now, there's other videos about her on it, but they're like maybe 3 minutes or 5 minutes long. You know, like it's videos of people who actually knew her in British Columbia. They were posting videos on YouTube and everything. But that's the main video to watch, and it's very well put together. I mean, everybody in that town had something to do with that video, from like best friends, the co-workers, just people in town knowing that they need to look for her. So people that had boats was on the water, you know, using their sonar to ping the bottom of the floor of the river or the lake. You know, they had people with planes looking overhead in areas that were so overgrown with, you know, flora and fauna and stuff like that. It's hard to see anything, even a needle in a haystack. So it was crazy. You know, as they say, a lot of the places in British Columbia haven't been touched in like decades. You know, like that barn or that tool shed or whatever that thing was, that's been sitting there for God knows how long, probably 300 years. You know, since the pioneer ages, you know, or the cowboy days, who knows. But anyway, so she gets to the party, everything is going cool. She sets up a tent, everybody's having fun, they're drinking beer, they're at the bonfire, they're at the bonfire, you know, having their fun. You know, one thing led to another, and I think a fight broke out, and her best friend Jordy got knocked into part of the bonfire, and she got burnt. So her boyfriend that she was there with picked her up and took her back to their car, and he was going to take her home because she was hurt. So she goes back to tell Madison Scott, why don't you come with us? He said, no, I'm already set up. I'm going to just stay. Don't leave. You know, I got to go because I'm like super drunk and I'm hurt, you know. So she takes off. It's Friday night. And the party went from 40 to 50 some odd people down to like 5. And after that, by 4 o'clock in the morning, she was there by herself. But she didn't realize it. I think she was probably asleep in her tent. And so basically at that point, nobody knew what she was doing. Nobody knew what was going on with her. They just know she was supposed to have came back probably Sunday morning, because they was out there from Friday to Saturday. And Sunday morning she was supposed to come back, because I think she had to be to work that day, or she had to she had to go to school the next morning. I know that, so it wouldn't work. It was somebody. I think it was Jordy that said she had to go to work the next day. That's what it was. So Friday came and went. Saturday came. Everybody was expecting to hear from her, because her mother knew that the reception out there at Hogsback was very terrible. You know, you could barely get a signal out there. So she knew if she didn't call her, that was the reason why. She was probably on her way home. But Saturday morning came and went. Then it was noon. Then it was the evening. Still no word from Madison. So she gets on the phone and calls Jordy's mom, because she was at work. She wanted to talk to Jordy to see if she heard from her, but like I said, she was at work, so her mom picked up and said, no, I'll call her to find out if she's seen her. So she calls, I think, and she goes out to Hogsback, you know, after she gets off work, or before she goes to work, well, something like that. But anyway, she goes out there to look for her. Nowhere to be found. She saw her tent. She looked inside, and everything was like disheveled, like thrown to the side. You know, she was trying to figure out why it was looking like that. Maybe somebody was out there that she was afraid of, and she was trying to get away from them, and they probably grabbed her by her feet and probably tried to drag out the tent, and that's the reason why she was pushing all that stuff out. She was trying to keep them from coming at her, so she was probably kicking and screaming, and she was flailing her arms, so it probably knocked some of that stuff back, you know, up against the wall of the tent. This is my personal theory of what could have happened if she was taken by an unknown assailant. So that's basically the gist of what could have happened to her if nobody was around. I mean, if you really think about it, you can come up with an idea of what could have happened. Maybe there was somebody out there that stuck around knowing that she was the only one. Maybe they felt like they wanted to do something to her, because there was another guy that lived in that town who was actually a serial killer. He killed, like, I think 20 young girls. One of them was that 15-year-old I told you about that was found in the back of a house or a building. So they were thinking that maybe because there's been a lot of deaths in that town, so they were thinking that maybe somebody was out there. They saw her out there by herself, so they figured, oh, I'm about to do something. And the fact that you could think about that, you see somebody that you actually want to kill because it's a pleasure to you, that's sick. But that's only if that's what happened. I don't know. I can't say yay or nay. I can't say that she was pulled into a wormhole and sent to another level of the earth. I can't say that either. I don't want to say that. I promise I will never make her a part of the missing 411 cases. You know, because out of respect for her mother and her father and her brother and her little sister, I will not do that. I will not. I have theories, but they will not be talked about on my channel. I will not do that. I refuse. You know, because like I said, there are certain things that just are not meant to be said. Especially if you don't want to lose the credibility of your fans or the people who you're trying to help get the word out there. I don't want to do that to her. She's a very blunt person, very nice person at the same time, but she's very serious about what's going on with her daughter. Because when I asked if she wanted to do an interview so I can get her side of the story, she said I refuse, just like that. And I respected that because she's already been through enough already. She don't need to be talking about that enough because she's going through enough as it is, knowing that her daughter is not home. So yeah, that I totally got that. I respected her for that, and I just left it alone. I did not try to convince her because she's, like I said, that documentary that she did was good enough. She didn't need to do any more interviews, and I'm pretty sure she hasn't. You know, she's just doing what she needs to do to bring her daughter home, which I totally respect, and I wish I was there to help her with the poker rides. You know, so and I'm pretty sure they're looking for anything. And okay, now those of you who don't know what poker rides are, they are a series of, you know, excursions out into the wilderness to look for her daughter. It's like a, basically whoever was to go out there and try to find her, you know, they have prizes for the ones that may find something, whether it be a piece of clothing or whatever it is. As long as it's something that's related to her daughter, they got a prize of, first prize is $500, second prize is $300, and the third prize is $200. And that's only if you find anything related to the disappearance of her daughter, like a piece of clothing or whatever, you name it. If it's something that belonged to her and it's out there in all that wilderness, then, you know, that's what the poker ride is about. And here's the ad for it. See, this is the ad for the poker rides, and that there, my friends, is Madison Scott. Okay, so and you see right there, you got walks that they do, you got the ATVs, and you got horseback. They use all that to try their best to find the remains of Madison Scott or an area where there may be some clothing that could lead her or lead them to new evidence to say that, okay, she was in this area, so she got to be somewhere within a radius. I don't know, but that's what they do when it comes to searching for people, you know. So, oh, this is not just the orange drink. This is the Tangy Tangerine and OsteoFX. I'm plugging it right now. See, I'm also a distributor for Youngevity. It's a company that produces mineral supplements. Hold on one second, right now. Okay, dokey. All right, here we go. You see these right here. You got Tangy Tangerine, and you have OsteoFX. Right there, okay? Now, Tangy Tangerine is for a healthy digestive tract. OsteoFX is all about the bones and the joints and cartilage. It actually rebuilds them microscopically. I've actually felt the tingling of my bones at that point, especially in the areas that were hurting because I had a problem with my right shoulder. Now I don't. That's after drinking it for one day. Just saying, because I haven't had it in about 2-3 years. So the first time you have it, it works like that. The second time, your body gets used to it and your immune system kicks in, so it don't work as well. You're looking at maybe 3 weeks, tops, and you'll start seeing a change in your body. I drink this stuff every day, people. Every day. $124 on my website. And the website is all lowercase, MECKDEE at, no wait, I'm sorry, MECKDEE dot Youngevity.com. I'll say it again. MECKDEE dot Youngevity.com. So anyway, yeah. So I'm just giving a little plug. You can go to my website, look up the stuff. Go to YouTube, look up Dr. Joel, like Billy Joel Wallach. That's Wallach. Okay, he's got tons of lectures on it. He's got like a couple of thousand patents on nutrition and stuff like that. But he has a lecture on there called "Somebody Needs to Go to Jail," and Dead Doctors Don't Lie. He also has a seminar that he did at Creflo Dollar's church here in Atlanta. The one to look for is part 2, because it tells more detail, but I can't find it. Now I can get it from people that I send it to. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below so that you can do your homework. Now, I'm just saying, it's good for your health. It actually helps cure you of all your problems over time. This ain't an overnight deal. Okay, now if a doctor tells you they are only prescribing you medicine that treats the symptom and does not cure you, why would you want to take a drug that only suppresses your problem? You may have high blood pressure. You may have some type of bone density problem. You may, whatever your problem may be. This stuff will take care of it. They have all kinds of mineral supplements, so it ain't just this. You know, the Tangy Tangerine OsteoFX. They got like liquid forms. They got all kinds of stuff. But like I said, go to my website, check out the merchandise. It's like $124 for 2. I think it's like $80 for each one, or $60, something like that. But yeah, very good stuff. This tastes like an orange sherbet, because the blue bottle or the blue container is like a vanilla flavor, and that's like a tangerine orange flavor. So put them together and it tastes like an orange sherbet, just without ice cream, of course. You know, so. And you gotta sip it throughout the day. You don't want to guzzle it down like you're drinking soda or beer. You sip it throughout the day, and it's gradually working through your system at a very alarming rate. And I guarantee you're gonna feel so much better. I know I do. I feel energetic. I feel fine. My shoulder don't hurt even when I'm at work. So I love it. So anyway, that's my plug for my mineral supplements and my little website. Anyway, so like I said, so she goes out to the party. They had their fun. She realized she's the only one there, but nobody knows what happened to her after all those people left. There was 4 people left, and they all gone, left there by herself. They didn't even want to spend the night and camp out. They just want to go home. Probably want to go get with a girl, maybe, you know, and make it with her. Who knows? So, yeah. So, Jody goes out there to find her. She didn't see her. Oh, man. So, she comes back. She tells her mom she wasn't there. So, maybe she's on her way back home. Because, you know, I think Hogsback Lake is pretty far from her house. I think it's probably maybe the next town over, because we're talking about the wilderness. So, most wilderness areas are pretty far out from where you live, you know. So, like I said, evening came. She never called. She never showed up. She never came home. So, at that point, Sunday morning, that's when she called RCMP. They go out to Hogsback Lake and find her truck and her tent still intact in the area. Truck was locked with her stuff in it, including her pocketbook. And she said she never goes anywhere without her keys or her pocketbook or even her cell phone. But she did. It was all locked in the truck. So I guess she figured since she was in the tent, she'd leave all her belongings in the truck and lock it so nobody will steal what she got. And that was probably the reason why she did what she did. Now, in one scene of the documentary, which I'm trying to remember if that's what I actually saw. I might have been seeing things, but I could have sworn that they showed the tent being knocked down in one frame, and in another frame, like say from the air, you could see that it was still up. So how did it go from being up to down? Or whatever. I'd have to look at it again just to be completely sure, because when I talked to her finally, I actually hit her up on Facebook, and she accepted my friend request, and I told her, did you see the document? I mean the video that I made about your daughter? And she looked at it on my channel, and she thought it was one that was a little short. I think it was just a promo. But she looked at the actual video, and she said she liked it, but you got a lot of things wrong and a lot of things right. That was because of 48 Hours. That wasn't my fault. I looked at that documentary from front to back every day until I got it all up here to where I could actually... Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. I thought it was because of your car. Oh, sorry about that, guys. But anyway, so she goes Goes out there with RCMP. She calls them and everything, and she's telling them what happened. She's letting them know how old she was, and you know all the things that they need to know about Madison Scott so they can start looking for her. And they explained exactly what was going on with the area that it was in and the state of it. But at the end of the day, she was never found. 8 years later, they're still looking for her. So what I'm going to do now is give you a rundown of her description so that you, if you know anything about her, you can use this information to call the RCMP in British Columbia of, what do you call that? Oh, Vanderhoof, British Columbia. All right. Now it says here, once again, another recap. On May 28, 2011, Madison Scott went missing from Hogsback Lake near Vanderhoof, British Columbia, Canada. She has not been seen since. Now, as far as her description, she is at the time, May 28th of 2011, she was at the age of 20. Currently, the current age at this point is 28 if she's still alive. Okay, race, white, medium complexion, sex, female, of course. Hair, ginger and auburn. Eyes, hazel. Weight, 160 pounds. Height, 5'4". Tattoos, a bird silhouette tattoo on the inside of her left wrist. Other, Maddie's ears and nostrils are pierced. Now, I'm reading this on a site that her mom put together. And it says right here that this site was set up by the Scott family to spread the word on helping to find Madison Scott and to provide a central location for information. Feel free to use the Contact Us page to send us information or ideas to help find Madison Scott. Let everyone know about http // Madison Scott, all together is one word, .ca, which is short for Canada. And then Facebook group. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. And the information is pretty much the same. It hasn't really changed since then. Because, you know, like I said, they haven't found it yet, and it's been 8 years. But they're still hopeful. They're still looking, and the whole town is in it. And that's what I love about this. Over here, somebody disappears, you get all kinds of crazy shit going on. Like, they don't want to talk to the families about what's happened to their own child or their husband or their wife. Why the fuck would you want to not do that? These people looking for their family, and you trying to stifle them because something weird happened and you don't want them to know about it? They already do. They're gone in your park. Shouldn't even be your park in the first place. That belongs to the earth, not to you. But, you know, that's a whole different story or different talk on a different episode, so I ain't going to talk about that. But anyway, like I said, with this, it's crazy. It really is, because 8 years of her not being found after disappearing or vanishing from her tent. You know, but yeah, it's crazy. And also, like I said before earlier, I think I talked about that whole thing about the FBI bullcrap, how they were saying that any form of conspiracy theory is considered a domestic threat of terrorism. I'm saying to myself, what kind of terrorist act could you commit speaking your mind? That makes no fucking sense. It's called freedom of speech, people. FBI, freedom of speech. It's in the Constitution. We have it. You have it. That's the reason why you posted that bullcrap. But see, here's the problem. People are disappearing, vanishing in these national parks all the time. It dates back to the 1800s. Okay? All of a sudden, the federal government buys this land that was never owned by anyone, but is just here on the earth. Just like if you go in your backyard, you see a bunch of trees back there. Does that belong to the federal government? No. These trees grew on their own for thousands of years. They don't belong to nobody. Okay? It's not like they planted these darn trees. You're just going to put their darn name on the tree. No. Okay, so if you're going to sit up there and tell me that my constitutional right to say whatever the hell I want about everything that you're trying to keep secret from us, That's in the Constitution. I can do that. I have that God-given right. Okay? Freedom of speech. It's in the Constitution. Okay? If we can have the right to bear arms and walk around the street with rifles on our shoulder, why can't we say whatever the hell we want about conspiracies, about what you're trying to keep from us? We already know it's real. We already know it's true. But you expect us to come to you for clarification? I don't need your ass for that. I see it with my own two eyes. Okay? I believe what I see. I don't let what you say cloud my judgment on what I thought I saw. I don't think I saw anything. I know I saw what I saw. If I tell you right now, I saw a UFO over my house that sat there right above my head, I know that was real. There wasn't no hallucination. I wasn't smoking nothing or drinking no beer or nothing like that. Oh, I was drunk. I saw with my own two eyes. My own two sane eyes. Okay? So, all this bullcrap about conspiracy theories being spoke about on YouTube being a form of terroristic threats for domestication? Give me a fucking break. That's some bullshit. I don't want to hear that nonsense because I'm not going to stop. Okay? It's called freedom of speech. I'm not going to let fear get in the way of what really has to be done. And that means everybody who is within the sound of my voice needs to hear the ultimate truth, whether it be about what they don't want you to know or the stuff that was never recorded in the history. You know, the ones that everybody look at is a biblical kind of thing, but it really isn't. Shoot, I mean, ancient aliens be calling our own angels extraterrestrials because they're not human. They have a human form, but they're not actually human. They're beings of light and energy who was created with a purpose to watch over us, to protect us, to guide us, to teach us. But yet, somewhere along the way, we lost our way. Want to know why? Because of controlled education. And because of government secrets that are being kept from us. Like, this is how they orchestrate. They create half-truths and whole lies. They feed it into the educational field, where people go to school to become astrophysicists and all the other science nonsense. Okay? They do that. They put these things in place for them to learn about so they can become these titles and teach it to the world by voicing it on a documentary on the Science Channel. It's all a big plan, people. Think about it. Everything that we've ever done, every way we have ever lived our life is because of them. They put that in place. You want to know why? Because they started it by making sure we were born into a program that they use to brainwash us. That way we can basically have a way to live in this reality that they created. You know, with jobs and the fact that we need this to have that and that to have this. We can't stay cool unless we have central air. And then we got to pay for it. We can't stay warm unless we got heat that we got to pay for. Yet and still, somebody like Nikola Tesla created free energy that could power maybe half the planet with just a big tower that can stretch that energy from all over in all directions. Do you think the government wanted that to happen? Free energy? Them not being able to make no money off of us? Oh, hell no. That's why they blacklisted him. They turned him into an old lonely man who died, and then they came in and swooped up all his work. Now they got a lightning gun at Area 51. Okay? That came from his technology. So I say that to say this. These people would rather have power than free will, obviously. Because right now they don't have free will because they're being controlled by people behind, the military. Okay? I ain't talking about the general. If it is a general, he ain't human. I mean, one of them anyway. But the ones in power are not human. I'm just letting you know this right now. This information may not come out from them until like decades later, but still, I'm saying it right here, right now, just in case. So, you heard it first here, folks, right here on Insane Disappearances, because I have some insane theories and ideas. But these are not theories. These are not ideas. These are facts. It's just facts that you can't process. Most of you, anyway. So, I hope I'm not rambling, but anything I say that come out of my mouth is always something that has to be said. Now, it is up to you to process what I'm saying and go with it. You think you can? I hope so. 7 years running. I ain't stopping. I'm just saying. I'm having a ball right now, man. I love this. I love all this. I love you guys. You guys are my family, my YouTube family. You love me. I love you. I'll make sure you got the best of the best of the best of the best of the best information, no matter how weird it is, no matter how true it may be. No matter how true it may be. So, you know. But yeah. So, but that's pretty much it. You know, I may have some more stuff to talk about later on if I want to rant a little bit. But that's why I got my channel. That's why I got you guys. I'll come out with some good information first. Then I spill it with some crazy stuff, some crazy shit. Make your head scratch, make you want to scratch. But oh man, I gotta think about this stuff. What's going on here? There's too much stuff to think about. Oh man, this is too weird. Oh man, but yeah. So I'm gonna get on out of here because you know I'm off today. As you can see, I should have been at work. You know, 'cause I gotta be to work by 1 o'clock, but I gotta leave for the day. So I'm about to clean up my house and enjoy myself, have some fun, and I hope you guys are gonna have some fun too with your families, your friends. Saturday, just warm outside. I know school done started, but just the weekend. Get crazy, baby. Come on. Shoot, let's dance. Anyway, let me get out of here, man. I will see you guys on the flip side. Okay? So you know how I do. Yeah, I think you do. I really do think you do. You really do. See, watch. See? Aloha. Mahalo. And a hooey ho. Peace out, brother. And peace out, Wahine.